up, Pits? Oh, welcome back to another Cherry Pit episode. My name is Melody, and today I'm here with
Sofia
and Elsa.
Woo!
Yay!
Today, I guess I should start off with my hypothetical of the week.
Yeah.
If you were to live on another planet. Oh my god, actually no, I have a better question. I was talking to somebody, like to friends about this the other day. If you were offered to go to Mars, would you go? Like if you were able to go on one of those like trips to Mars or whatever.
Ooh.
And like be the first to go to Mars, would you do it?
No.
No?
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I hate planes. So I feel like a rocket ship would be like 12 times worse. And also just like, I feel like I would have to, once I'm in space, I'd have to just like accept my like how small I am in this world and how like nothing matters. And that's kind of scary.
That is kind of scary.
I don't know. I've never had like the, you know, when you're like a kid and like people are like, I want to be an astronaut.
You
never
didn't have
had that feeling. No.
How about you, Elsa?
Me? Oh my god, like literally like a few days ago I was also thinking about this.
Yeah.
But I think I wouldn't because like yeah, like same like rocket ships.
Yeah.
Like I was like thinking, oh, like once I'm there, like the pressure and everything.
Yeah,
and then
true.
and then when you're in there, you're like floating, and then everything
Yeah.
floats, and then like, and then that's all that was in my mind. But also like I feel like you will miss out so much information when you're up in space. It's like it's like crazy. Like you won't get any information. You're just stuck there for how long, and then you can't come down until it's necessary.
Yeah.
So it's kind of scary.
I guess that's true. I would totally go though.
Oh, you would?
In a heartbeat. Like I would take it immediately. I would go. I don't know. It just like I've always loved space, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
But like for a while I did also think that, you know, like the pressure of the rocket ship and like my head would hurt, like, you know, stuff like that. But like whatever. It's like you're going to Mars. It's a one-time thing. Like my head will get better.
It's like temporary.
It's temporary. Yeah. Plus I feel like it's going so fast that it's not the same as like a headache you'll get from a plane here.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll clear my sinuses. Like it might be a whole different experience, right? Anyway, yeah.
Fair.
Okay, so let's jump into the topic today. I was thinking we can talk about space and time on the theme of our hypothetical today. I did this one communications class here at SFU where we discussed like your positionality in space, and I thought it was quite an interesting concept that we could like potentially dive into today. Do you feel like you're aware of like your surrounding space whenever you're walking like anywhere? I feel like a lot of people aren't anymore, like nowadays.
Yeah.
You just like walk and like you're trying to get to your destination, like rather than taking in like what's around you. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I don't like. Are you trying to like being mindful of other people around you, or being mindful of your space around?
Like
you?
the space and other people. Like, it could be nature, but it could also be like, oh, I wonder, like when this building was built, or you know, like I feel like nobody thinks about stuff like that anymore. Like you just like
That's
walk
true.
like to your spot, to your destination.
I think I'm pretty perceptive of things. Like I think I've always been like super perceptive. Like I know how to get to places by just like landmarks and stuff like that. So like I'm super perceptive. But like, you know, sometimes you have those days where you're just like walking to just get to a place and not care about anything else around you. But I am very mindful about like walking around people. My biggest pet peeve is people walking slowly in front of me. Oh my God. When they're blocking the sidewalk, I'm trying to get through. And I'm like, do you have no kindness for other people in your heart?
Yeah.
So rude. That and like always walking on the right side of the sidewalk. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I think walking rules should be the same as driving. Like you should
100%.
be on the right side.
And let people pass you because you're so slow.
Yeah. Like pull over.
Literally.
How about you, Elsa? Do you feel like you're mindful?
I think it depends on the day and the weather. Like if it's like really like sunny
right,
then I would like observe more about nature, or like
like
those, maybe like if I'm by a park or something, I'll be like, oh, there's like families and kids outside, that would be like, oh, more mindful. But it was like a rainy, gloomy day, I think I would just like plug in my earphones and just go to the destination. It's like
that's such an interesting thing to think about too, like how much weather affects like our mood, but like also just like everything about our days. I've noticed like when it's a sunnier day, I feel like my interactions with people in general, like even if I'm at the grocery store or whatever, everyone's like nicer a little bit. You know, like I feel like there's less fights like at the store or like people are less
moody,
less likely to get irritated about like stupid things. But like if it's like a gloomier day, they're like everyone's sad in the like fall semester.
So true.
Depression.
Seasonal depression is real. So real. Especially here in Vancouver, I feel like it's like extra, like it hits people extra. But I like what you said about like the observing like families and stuff too at the park. I feel like it's so interesting to like look at people and be like, I wonder like what their life story is.
I do that all the time.
People watching.
Oh my god.
People watching is like my favorite thing to do.
So fun.
I'm like, y'all all have different lives than me, and I don't even know your lives. Like, I want to know.
And same, like, it'd be so interesting. I feel like I can tell a lot about people from like their shoes and like their outfits. Like, I don't know if you guys have like done that too, but like it's so interesting how you can like just get a vibe like for people just on like the little things that they do or like what they wear and like stuff like that, or even just hearing them talk for a little bit. People are so interesting.
They are.
Humanity's so interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, I think a lot about like whenever I walk by people, I'm like thinking, you know, when you like talk to yourself in your brain, and then you're like, you also have an inner dialogue. What is your inner dialogue saying right now? Like, what are you thinking of? And I'm like, I don't know. I fall into like a lot of the times I fall into like the thing where I'm like, I'm not real. You know, when you're like sitting, like I literally will sit in my room and I like feel like out of body. I'm like, what is my life right now? I'm just living and thinking and I'm doing nothing else, and it's weird.
It was kind of weird.
I don't know. That's why I don't think about space, because it freaks me out.
Yeah. See, I feel like you have to like get past the existential crisis, and then you'll be okay. Yeah. Because like my mindset right now is just like, okay, and so what if it's not real? Like,
true.
You know,
that's true.
And then what? Like, what happens if we find out that it's not real? Then what? You know what I mean?
It's a simulation.
Everything's
but like, yeah.
I don't know. I just like to. I kind of find it interesting thinking about like what other people believe. You know, It's like you're walking by, like you don't know what these people believe. Like you could be walking by a person who thinks the Earth is flat, and you would never know it.
That's true.
And that's just crazy, because I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is true. Do you guys have any like weird beliefs, like, you know, those superstitious,
like a conspiracy theory,
like a conspiracy theory, or like a superstition that you like believe in, you know, stuff like that?
For my family, I think like my grandparents really believe like the opening umbrellas inside is like a bad luck. I think because like they just like have like, I think because like they did it before and then something bad happened in their life, so then they just believe that superstition.
Interesting.
But like that. Or for me, I think like, oh my god, like some of my friends went through breakups this year. And then like they say like gifts, right? And then they say, oh, when they buy their partner like shoes or something.
I've actually heard that too.
Yeah, and then they walk out of your life, like if you buy shoes or something.
What?
And, like
I've never heard this.
You haven't heard of it?
I've heard of this. It was on TikTok or something.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh.
I bought my boyfriend shoes like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
so
and then I'm like,
not.
oh damn. And then I see people like, oh, if you buy them shoes, always like maybe give them like be like, oh, give me 50 cents, give me like $1 back.
That's so
like
funny.
So funny. And I'm like, oh damn.
My boyfriend bought me shoes like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
there so it's okay.
Oh yeah, it's like I feel like so superstition, but like yeah, it's like crazy.
That's hilarious. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Me and my family just like we all knock on wood. Like
knock on wood.
So, yeah. If something like if you say something bad,
we do too. I don't know if they like actually believe in it though, but like they still do it. Yeah. So I don't know.
I do it. I don't know.
I do it too.
It just feels. It would feel weird if I didn't do it.
Right.
So I think it's just like it's a habit, not even like a belief system.
Yeah. My parents, there's this thing, like, I think in a lot of Persian families where they believe that, like, if, like, things are going wrong, like, in a particular time, like, I don't know, it's, like, it's been a bad week or whatever. And, like, sometimes it's, like, oh, something bad happened for my dad and something bad also happened for my mom. And, like, the whole family's just, like, not having a good time. If there's ever a period of time like that, they think that it's because like somebody has like talked bad about us or about one of us, you know, like
that's interesting.
So then it's like one person gets like talked about, then the whole family gets bad.
Yeah, like it's just bad on the like bad energy. I guess okay. Like that's the idea. It's an interesting concept, but it kind of makes sense, I guess.
I feel like it's hard to like belief systems are so like built up over time, so it's so like hard. I feel like I don't know anything right now. Like that's my vibe. Currently that's my vibe because like up until I was like 16, I believed like exactly like my parents did.
Right.
And then after that I rebelled completely and I thought the complete opposite because I was like, no, you guys can't do this and I'm gonna think completely differently. And then now I feel like I've entered this stage where I'm like, I have no idea what I believe anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know anything and my brain is empty and no one asked me any questions.
Right. I feel like I'm sort of entering that stage too, like in particular with things that I guess like I thought about before towards like parenting and like childcare and like things like that. And like now that I'm getting a little bit older and just like living as an adult.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're a teenager, like that's the age where you're like, my parents have done it all wrong. Like
exactly,
if I was a parent, I'd do it so much better. You know, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like now that I am an adult, I'm like, maybe they were kind of right. Like,
have you guys heard the sound on TikTok that's like, oh no, the frontal lobe, I feel it developing.
Oh my gosh.
That's literally what I feel right now. I'm like, it's coming. It's coming
developing.
in. I feel it. I don't want to like yell at my mom constantly for no reason.
Yeah,
I don't know. A lot of the trend with the frontal lobe thing is interesting. Like I see a lot of TikToks. This like I feel like the most recent trend that I've seen, but it's like people will post something to that sound and it's like, oh no, the frontal lobe is developing, and the caption is like, when I don't want to wear high-rise jeans and a crop top, but I want to wear low-rise jeans and a long shirt. And I'm like, what? Your frontal lobe is not developing. You are just literally changing trends. Like that is not what it means.
And that is like low-rise jeans are becoming a trend, so that's not anything to do with like your particular style changing either. Like you're just going with the times. That's so funny.
And I'm like, the frontal lobe is not developing. You're not cool for not wearing high-rise pants. Like it's just a trend.
No, literally. So the frontal lobe is like said to be done developing at 25, right?
Yeah, 24 and 25. Yeah.
So how old are you guys again?
I'm 21.
I'm 22. So we're getting there.
It's starting.
Oh my gosh.
It's starting.
So I feel like this is the start because I feel like my brain is emptying and I have no belief system whatsoever.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll develop in the next couple of years and then I'll be fully set as myself.
That's so interesting to think about, like that we're not like our full selves yet. Like we're not done.
Yeah. It's even crazier because like my brother is 25 and I'm like, this is you. Like this is the real you.
That's it. You're done.
Whoa. Like that's crazy.
You've developed.
No way.
That's so funny. That's also such an like I always think about how it's interesting that we haven't seen our parents young.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like they've always just been developed. Like that's them. I feel like they haven't changed like since I was a kid. At least like their personality and stuff, right?
Well,
cool.
My parents have changed a bit.
Well, I mean, change is good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kind of.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, no, but I feel like I feel like it's a different kind of change, you know, when your frontal lobe is developing, you're kind of just setting in who you are, but you can like, you can change things about yourself.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I find it really weird that like, do you know what also I've found strange a lot? Like, are your guys' parents older or younger?
What do you mean? Like they're older than me?
No, like as parents, you know, you'll have those people that are like, oh, my parents were like 25 when they had me and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like my mom was 38 and my dad was 39. And it's because I have 2 older brothers, but like I always felt like I was missing out on this like young parent like lore or something like that, because everyone was like, I'm so close to my mom, and I'm like, me and my mom have nothing to talk about. Like now we're close, but like back then, like when I was a teenager, we literally did not relate at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like a big thing, depending on like how old your parents were when they had you. True. To like how you grew up, I guess.
Yeah. What were you can answer?
Go.
Okay. My mom was 27 or 28, I think. So she was like a little bit younger, but my dad was like 40. Like they're 13 years apart. Ooh. So I've had the best of both worlds, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess like because of that, like my mom didn't feel like a young parent.
Yeah.
I think she was always a little more mature too. So like they both just kind of, I guess, like met in the middle of age. So they were like an average
age
parent age, okay. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I never felt the young parent thing either.
Yeah. Like a lot of my friends like were like so close with their moms like as teenagers. I'm like, I'm going shopping with my mom. I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, I didn't really feel that either.
Yeah. What about you, Elsa?
I guess mine's kind of different. Yeah. My mom had me like when she was 30 or 31. And my dad's like 1 year older than her. So, but I guess she has like a very childlike personality. Yeah. Where she's like very young at heart.
Right.
So like even like high school and now, she still wants to like hang out with me a lot.
That's sweet though.
And like go on trips and stuff. So then she's just like, oh yeah. So I guess like parenting wise, like she's very chill. But I guess the stricter parent would be like my grandparents. Because they're the ones who like I live with, so they give me more rules and more restrictions that way. But like I would say like my grandparents are more like traditional and my mom is more like casual. My parents,
Yeah, my dad was more of the, like, I guess, stricter one. I definitely butted heads with him, like, all the time as, like, a teenager. Yeah. But it's so weird because, like, and I was, like, I always agreed with my mom way more. And I was, like, she's on my side. And, like, she would back me up. You know, like, if I was ever in an argument with my dad, like, she would usually back me up. And, like, did the same with my sister. Yeah. But, like, now that I'm an adult, like, I feel like I like hate to say it, but sometimes I agree with like my dad's points more. Yeah, it's like so weird. We're way too much alike, which like I hate. And
it depends on which parent you're like more alike. Because me and my mom are like similar to the point where we got into so many fights because we were so similar. Right. And I never wanted to admit that. I was like, I'm so different than you. But like now that I've grown up and me and my mom like we'll actually hang out and like because we literally think the exact same because we talk the same way. So like. I don't know. It's just a weird, like, it's a humbling experience to, like, have to admit that your parents might have been right in some situation.
Right. Yeah. It's so interesting. Aging is beautiful. Do you guys, like, do you fear age? Like,
I actually don't really. Like,
me either.
I know a lot of people who do. Like, a lot of my friends will, like, cry on their birthdays and, like, literally just, like, crazy. Freak out. They're like, like, I was so, last year, I was so excited to be 20. Like, I was so excited. I was like, my 20s, I'm so excited.
Same.
And all of my friends were like, I'm so scared to be 20. I don't want to leave teenage years. And I was like, y'all had a good time being a teenager? I hated being a teenager. And I was so excited to be in my 20s. And then I feel like I'm going to be so excited to be in my 30s and my 40s. And it's all like different. I just see them as different stages in life. You can't do anything about it. Yeah. Like, I know like a bunch of like, there's like older people who will be like, yeah, but like, you don't know because you're not like older now. And I'm like, but... I feel like there's different. What are you going to do about it? Why are you so upset? Yeah. You're literally going to age either way. You're either going to age happily or you're going to age miserably because you're so sad you're not young anymore. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's just like a miserable way to look at life.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. I always like looked forward to growing older. Like even as a kid, I was like, I can't wait until I'm a teenager, and then I was like, I can't wait until I'm an adult, and then now I'm like, I can't wait until I'm freaking old. Like I want to be an old like grandma. Like I'm ready.
So true.
You know?
And there's always so many milestones to look forward to. Like I can't wait to get engaged, and I can't wait to get married, and I can't wait to like see my friends have kids and me have kids, and I feel like that's so fun. So I just don't see the point in just being miserable about getting old. It's like the thing is exciting. Like when like people in their 30s are like still acting like they're 20, and it's like it's okay to be 30.
Yeah,
it is okay to be 30. Like
totally,
you don't have to.
And like 30 constantly. Is like so young.
Yeah, so young. Yeah, I always get that perspective too. I see it on like social media and stuff where they're like on Friends and on like shows like Friends, Sex and the City, How I Met Your Mother. All of them were like in their early to mid 30s when the shows started.
Yeah, and then like 40s.
Yeah,
by the time it ended. Yeah,
so like you have so much time. Like
totally.
There's so much to look forward to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just being stressed about everything will just make you more miserable, and the time will pass by, and you feel like you didn't do anything with your life.
Totally. It'll give you more wrinkles too if that's what you're stressed about.
Exactly. Don't have gray hair. Don't have wrinkles.
I also just like that the only way to like gain knowledge is to age. Like, you know what I mean? Like your mind is going to expand more and more as you like grow older. And that's like exciting to me. Like I'm just going to have so much info in my brain to pass along to the youngins. All right. Well, what an interesting conversation. I think we should start wrapping it up because we should head. We have a photo shoot today.
Photo shoot. We're all dressed up.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening, Pits. Join us next time here on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at CMNSU. And yeah, that's the important one.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Do you guys have any final words?
Be happy when you get older.
Be happy. Be observant of your space.
Yes.
Yep.
And of time.
Yep. Exactly.
Thanks.
Live life happy.
Thanks. Bye.
Live life happy.
Live happy.